Well, hello. Today I'm going to show you a different variation of our crystal buckles. These are called the Mini Dragonfly Buckles. They're made using little 10x7 pears, some little SS20s, and some SS30s or 34s. So I've got my E6000 glue in a syringe. You might be using it in a little tube. I've got my skewer that I can use to move my crystals around. I've got my crystal picker-upper stick or crystal pickup stick. My crystals are laying out, and I've got my blank buckle. So on this one, if you remember from the last video, if you watched it, sorry, I've got to get my paper towel here. If you watched the last video, you saw that I just smeared glue all over the place on the crystal, and I do recommend that on the buckle. I do recommend that to put a good coat. But on this one, we're going to have a little more blank space showing, so we don't want as much glue on there. So if you see the first set of crystals is right down the center, so I'm going to put a line of glue right down the center of my buckle, and this glue might be a little thick. There we go. And then I'm going to pick up my crystals and put them right in the center of the buckle. Line them up so the tips are just touching. Okay, then I'm going to divide it and put another line right about here. And I might have to slide these around, but I'm going to try to get at least the bulk of the glue under where the crystals are going to be. So then I'll put another one here. See, there's a little gap there. Another one here. We're using the buckles with the enamel inset in the center here, the black enamel inset. You can get those as blanks and just wear them, or you can bling them like this. It sticks up a little bit from the metal part of the buckle, so it's nice if you have a design that kind of uses that part of the buckle as a separate design element, because then it doesn't look funny that it's sticking up. I don't know that it's very noticeable from way up at face level anyway when it's on your shoes. So I'm not going to worry about that little glob on the metal, because that is all going to be covered. Whoops. Okay, this one goes a little faster, this part. Make sure I get them straight. Now these are going to slide a little bit because they're a little heavier. See how they're sliding? You're going to definitely have to babysit this one. Keep pushing it back, getting it lined up. And you can decide how close you want those tips. If you want them up there touching one another, if you want a little gap, it's totally up to you. Okay, then I'm going to wipe my tip because it was oozing a little bit. Sometimes that happens. I'm going to put a little dab right in the center. Right there. I just want a big enough dab to hold that little round crystal. A little bit extra. You want it to ooze out a little bit, because if it doesn't, then like I said before, you're subject to having your crystal pop off. These things can take a lot of abuse. You know, the kids are doing their hard shoe dancing in them, and if they miss on a click or one of their crossing moves, they can stomp right on the edge of their buckle. Okay, there's that. Now we're going to do the trim piece, which looks complicated. It's not really. This one I'm just going to smear again. Get the glue smeared all around. I'm just going to do a side at a time because this is a little more fiddly than before. And then I'm just going to kind of alternate them and just kind of stick them in there how they fit. They're not going to necessarily match one another precisely. They're going to have the same look, you know, if you're looking at them. But if you sat there with a micrometer, I'm sure you could find minute differences in the buckles, and we're just not going to worry about that. You know what they say, it's better to be done than perfect. That applies here. You don't want to keep redoing it, and oops, a little bunches stuck together. These are just little SS20 crystals. They're pretty tiny and they give a nice little sparkle because there's so many facets on them. You know, when there's so many of them crammed together in a little area. There we go. So that's one side, and you're just going to go all the way around the buckles and do the other three sides exactly the same. I'm not going to do that for you now because it's kind of long, I think. And then again, like in the other video, when this is all dry, you want to take your paper towel, bunch it up, put some acetone on it, and just give it a good rubbing over the top. Not too hard, but just kind of shine it up, polish it up to get any little wayward pieces of glue off there. I think these turn out really nice, though. I really like the way that the color crystals pop off of the black of the enamel inset. I think that really stands out and looks really sharp. Now, if you wanted to do something different, we have kits available for these. I'll show you some of the colors we've got. They're all on our website, www.irishthemes.com. We've got them in fuchsia, which is what I just did, light cyan. I've got some sapphire, some cobalt. I'm not sure you're seeing these. Let me move this over. There we go. Some fern green, which is a nice color. Light cyan, ever popular. I think I did that already. That's red. Got some heliotrope, which is a dark purple. So some AB, peridot, some yellow. And we can get most any color. These are the ones I have in stock now and can ship immediately. So if you want to try your hand at this kit, then go on over to our website and get yourself a kit. You can also use, just get these plain blanks, and you can use whatever crystals you found on the ground at Fesh, or if you got some spare crystals from your last solo dress or your current solo dress and you want to make some matching buckles or just a fun pair of buckles, you're welcome to do that. And you could always take this kit, and there's 10 in here, so you could make 2 little flowers on here instead of, we call this the dragonfly with this like zipper look, but you could also make 2 little flowers. So that's all for today. Be tuned in for the next video. We're going to do some other how-to videos, give you guys some things to do at home, and give you some of our insider tips. So until next time, if you like what you saw, give us a thumbs up, let your friends know, and subscribe. Talk to you soon. Hope to see you on the Fesh Trail soon.